Terrifying incident for Ariana Grande on her birthday, no less.
Which was last Sunday.
Yes, and on that day, a man who had come calling for her before, a stalker who showed up at her house with a knife, threatening to kill her. Well, he came back, this time broke into her house in Montecito on her birthday, and I don't think that's a coincidence. But this time, he was captured. Security saw him on cameras.
Well, because what happened was he broke in and it set the alarm off. She was not home. And it set the alarm off. The police responded. Apparently, the alarm company called the police. Police came out and they found this guy. And he is a menace.
No, we told you about this guy because when the first incident happened, it was terrifying with someone with I believe he had a hunting knife.
He had a hunting knife, and he threatened to kill both Ariana and her security. He was arrested. A restraining order was issued. He violated the restraining order. He was supposed to turn himself in, I think last Tuesday, or yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
And turn himself in because he violated the order. And instead of turning himself in, he broke into her house. So now the guy has been charged with burglary, cutting power lines, which is ominous, and resisting arrest. He's in jail right now. He's pled not guilty. He's in jail without bail. But you got to wonder, I mean, how scary is this for somebody like Ariana Grande? Because we've seen this so much with other celebrities where you're dealing with people who are the least likely to obey a restraining order.
This is the situation that we always talk about when celebrities get restraining orders. And here you've seen it play out, which is that you get the restraining order, but if the person is not in the right frame of mind, they're not going to pay any attention
when they're obsessed. When they're obsessed this
they're not
way.
going to pay attention to a restraining order. And even before he showed up at the house on her birthday, he had violated the restraining order. So that was breaking into the house was a second violation. So
then the question is, how long does he go? You know, a couple of these charges, the burglary and I think at least one other, there are 4 charges, I believe, are felonies. So he could do prison time, but people get out. And when you're somebody like Ariana Grande, we've seen this with the Kardashians too, when you're somebody who is that high profile and somebody is just determined to get at you, how do you protect yourself? I mean, it is just a conundrum in Hollywood, and she is facing that right now.
And he is proving, you guys, that he is willing to go the distance to try to meet her or kill her or whatever he's trying to do. Because the first time that this happened, he was at her home in Los Angeles. And then the second time, the most recent one, he traveled to her house in Montecito. So he will go at great lengths to get to her. And one of the charges, Harvey, was that he had damaged some power lines. So I'm not really too sure if he was trying to cut any, phone cords off or if he was trying to disarm the security. But it's really, really serious, especially since the first time he had a knife on him. It's very scary, and you got to be wondering what Ariana is going to do next. I mean, what else can she do? She does already have that restraining order.
Yeah, no, she's got a restraining order that he's made clear he will violate, and not just violate, but then break into another house. And the power line really is ominous because usually you do that to disable the person inside from contacting people on the outside. I mean, that's usually why you do it. And it could be that he thought it might disable the security system so nobody would know. Might have been a phone line that he worried about. But that's a really ominous sign.
Yeah, that combined with the fact that he drove, and Montecito is not, a quick drive from L.A., but make that effort and then do that when he gets to the house.
It's really frightening.
Hey, how are you doing? I'm Misty Blanco, and I'm calling from New Jersey. This right here is very serious and frightening, being the fact that he keep constantly finding out where she lives at. Number one thing, I want to know who keep breaking security breach and making sure that this guy find out where she is, because he keeps following her and everything. So I hope that the police doesn't fail us with Miss Grande and that she stays safe.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing.
And that's her fear. And look, it's not an easy solution because you're dealing with unstable people.